Hey everybody, I'm Bill, the cranky cook. My daughter was recently on vacation in Sicily, and it got me thinking about Sicilian food. And it got me thinking about one dish in particular, Pesto Alla Trapanese. Now, if you're like me, you probably think of pesto as that green stuff. And that is pesto Genovese, and there's nothing wrong with pesto Genovese. But Pesto alla Trapanese from Sicily is a lot different. It has a lot of almonds in it, which makes for a really fantastic flavor. So we're going to show you how to make this. There's actually no cooking involved, which is great. And you can make it quite quickly and quite simply. You're going to need a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can always use a blender. I've actually done this in a NutriBullet, which turns out okay. But we're just going to add a bunch of ingredients to the food processor and blend it away and see what we come up with. So first thing we're going to do is take 2 cloves of garlic and a ½ cup of slivered almonds. Now, when you get almonds for this, don't get blanched almonds because you want the oil from the almonds to get into the pesto, give you even a little bit more flavor. So we're going to take the garlic and the almonds and put them in our food processor, and we're going to let it run quite a bit. We really want to get them finely chopped up, because if we don't, the pesto will turn out being a little bit mealy. So we're going to let that run for a minute. Okay, that's pretty well chopped up. Now, to that, we're going to add a whole bunch of things. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes. We're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. We're going to add 1/3 cup of basil leaves, fresh basil leaves. We're going to add about a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper. You never have enough black pepper. We're going to add about 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes that have been sliced in half. And last but not least, we're going to add 1/3 cup of olive oil. And this time, rather than let it run, we're going to pulse it. The reason we pulse the second part is that we want to leave some little chunks of the tomato visible in there. And we also want to leave some little chunks of the basil. Oh my God, this looks good. And that's when you are done blending the sauce together, you're going to stir into it ½ cup of Pecorini Romano cheese. That's all there is to it. So there's an ingredient list in the show description at the end if you missed any of this. But let's take a taste. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got the tiniest little bit of heat on it. The beautiful red and green from the basil and the tomatoes. It's just delicious. Made this last week and put a big heaping tablespoon of it on a bowl of bucatini, and it was just out of this world. And since I had it laying around in the fridge, I started dipping things into it, crudité. I started dipping taralli, the little Italian pretzely kind of things, dipping those into it. I couldn't stay away from the stuff. It was that good. It's Pesto Alla Trapanese from Sicily. Another thing, I put it on a spread for a ham and cheese sandwich. You've never had a ham and cheese sandwich quite that good. So anyway, give it a shot at home. Like I said, 8, 9, 10 ingredients, not a lot. Easy to make. All you need is the food processor or a blender to do it. And it's called Pesto Alla Trapanese, and it's delicious. So I am Bill, Cranky Cook. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming by. Give the recipe a shot. We'd love to hear your comments about it. And we will see you next time.